My first myth today asked if it's true that if right before Jackie Wilson collapsed and slipped into a coma, he was actually singing the line, "My heart is crying." The final years of Jackie Wilson's life are some of the most tragic in music history, and as odd as it may be to believe, at its core, this one is totally true. Wilson was actually performing live on Dick Clark's Good Old Rock and Roll Review on September 25th of 1975 when this happened. And you can see it on video. The moment he collapsed, he was singing the line, "My heart is crying." Initially, people thought it was part of the act, but when he was rushed to the hospital, the tragedy became very clear. Wilson was slightly resuscitated, but due to the lack of oxygen going to his brain, he slipped into a coma. He did come to semi-consciousness a few times over the years, but he eventually died from complications in 1984. Very sad, a little bit spooky, but 100% true. My second myth today may have been being asked in jest, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. It asks whether or not the May 8th, 1977 Grateful Dead concert at Barton Hall actually happened. Often cited as the greatest show that band ever played, a lot of people even jokingly claim that it didn't happen because it's almost too good to be true. First off, the band are in top form, and this is one of the earliest tapes to have outright exceptional sound after the fact. Also, it was one of the first tapes to get in really heavy circulation. Everybody had this show. And along with the killer setlist that was going on, this one did take on a mythical life of its own. It was too good to be true. So did the Grateful Dead pull some big trick? Is this show mislabeled? What's going on? Well, it's none of that. It is 100% true. This is the show that happened at Barton Hall, it's the set list, and it was just a great series of events that happened to make this one of the greatest recordings in live music history. If you don't know the Grateful Dead very well, this is actually a really great place to start. It's a solid show, the sound is great, and it really tells you what this group is all about. My last myth today asks the age-old question: was Alice Cooper really on Leave It to Beaver? It really makes me happy when one of those truly classic music myths finds its way into my inbox and I realize we haven't addressed it yet. Somehow, over the years, we never talked about Alice Cooper and his time on Leave It to Beaver, because it never happened. No, 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 and no. Ken Osmond was the actor in question, who is absolutely not Alice Cooper. Alice himself even once said that he was a disgusting, more obnoxious version of Eddie Haskell. Old people will get that joke. Alice Cooper was no more a part of Leave It to Beaver than Marilyn Manson was the Wonder Years. One of the true classic music myths, and that's all it is. Pure myth. So those are my myths for this week. Be sure to check back here every Friday as I delve into some of the coolest stories in music history. If you've got a myth you want me to check out, you can email it to me at thedailyguru@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook right here, and I'll see you guys again next time.